Hi there guys, it's Pip here, and today I want to talk to you about knowing what you truly want. So I'm just going to give you an example to help you find what you truly want. Now, there's several ways of doing this, and if you're into Dean Graziosi, the millionaire, he does it by imagining that you've just lived your best year. What would that look like? Other people just say just write it down. I think just writing it down is the best way. Last time I did this exercise was a while ago. So I was a bit shocked to find that some people who I thought would be in the picture really weren't anything that I'd written about. They weren't the things that truly mattered in my heart. And I just want to share a bit with you about my vision. So actually, a lot of people have this vision when they start business that they want to be like number one, whatever. Whether it's number one in a certain physical industry, whether it's in a service like say gym membership, or showing people how to build a business, or estate agency, being a realtor, as the term is in America. And the thing is, for me, I think that I just want security, really. So really, I just want a very simple life. I want, to be honest with you, quite a few people in it. I don't want a lot of hassle, I don't want a lot of stress, I don't want lots of confusion or lots of obligations to things that don't fulfil me. I don't want to feel pressure of finances. I don't want to feel like I'm not growing as a person. I don't want to be overstretched, but I don't want to be understretched. And it's just little things like that. So you might want something completely different. You might want to have more for your family, say for example. You might want to just change jobs. You might want to develop in a certain area of your life, whether that's a hobby. Maybe you have a job but you'd really like to go into an industry that involves your hobby. Maybe it's just developing on where you are right now. Maybe it's just being a great mom or dad or son or uncle or whatever that is. At least know where you're going. This is really important, because the thing is, if you don't have somewhere that you're going, you can't get there. And what I did for myself is really simple exercise. I literally got a piece of paper and I drew myself a map. So just first of all, just take some time just to write down where you want to be. I normally find that the more I write it down, it's the same things that come up over and over again, and that's just what's within me, what's within my heart. So once you do that, you can do what's called reverse engineering. So it's not something for somebody technical. All reverse engineering is know where you are, know where you want to go, and just connecting the dots in between, working backwards from where you want to be to where you are. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the time people never make it to where they really want to be because they're scared, or either of success or failure. For me, I have a very crippling fear of both success and failure, and so I stay completely in the middle. I don't like change, and getting to where you want to go is going to involve sacrifice. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, and it does involve breaking eggs, unfortunately. But at least know where you want to go, because once you know that, you are ahead of 95% of the population. So many people, you see, we're so busy, but we don't actually make time in our lives to actually think about where is this all going. We spend time just doing things to get us through the day, or that we believe we have to do for like the end of the week or the next week or the end of the month, but we're not actually looking any kind of further than that. We don't look at it with like a long view, and that's very important. So that's all from me, and I'll see you next time. As always, if you've got an insight from this, if you've had a moment of realisation, if you've are going to do the exercise, it doesn't take very long, guys. Just pick up a pen and start writing. You might be surprised at what you write. When I started realising that I wanted just a life that was simply for me, I was worried because I felt like I should have involved my family a lot more, and I should be more concentrating on my family, just because that's the way that I was brought up, and I was very strongly brought up that way. And I have a big and good family, but it wasn't what my heart was really saying, it was what my head was saying. And you have to be able to separate the two, because once you know what your heart says, you can really begin to accept who you are. And you might find that the reasons are quite selfish. You know, well, that's okay, because the thing I realised in life is that you can't always be doing everything for everybody else and leave yourself with nothing, because that is what will happen. I always thought that if I gave and gave and gave, I would get something back. It doesn't always work like that, because people that you're giving to are not conscious of that system. Not everybody works from the same system of reciprocating, I'm afraid, and I've certainly learnt that. Obviously it's not everybody. I have people who give back all the time, but it's a few and far between, I must say. So I hope that, as I said, that has helped, and feel free to comment below if you've had any of those insights, or if you've got something you can add, because I know people are looking through videos like this, wanting to be more aware, wanting to have more direction, wanting to feel more like they're doing things for a reason. And we're all there to help each other, so if you can help, add a comment, and that would help someone else, even if you think it's like this really, really small thing, it would be great, and I would really appreciate that. So until next time, you take care, and I'll see you later in the week for another video. We do about 3 videos a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, and they're all to help you just have little insights into your life that will push you onto being your best self and living up to where you want to be, really, whoever that person is. So I hope that does help. See you next time. Bye now.